Hi, welcome to Neosi. Today I'd like to show you how to use Neosi to build a deductive storyline. Now, whenever you're building a storyline, the first thing you should do is begin with your context, your trigger, and your question, and spend quite a bit of time clarifying those so that you know what the central question is that you need to answer. And then when you're about to build a deductive storyline, the thing to do is to decide that you need to communicate both why something needs to happen and how it should be implemented within the same story. So to do that, you need to do a few things. Firstly, you need to understand the elements of a deductive storyline, then you need to join them together. So I'm going to choose these three items here to build the basic flow for the story, the key line. So the first item here is going to be my statement. And that's a statement of fact. That's something that you know to be true and that might be interesting to your audience about the thing that you need to talk about. Quite likely a reason. And then you need to prepare a comment on that statement. Not on anything general, but rather a comment specifically on that statement. So the two of them are inextricably connected. And then those two things together will lead you towards an inevitable implication. And that is what we call the therefore point. Therefore, you should do something. And once you've got those three ideas together, connected, you can connect them to the parent idea, that overarching big idea that sits at the top of your story. And so that is the big idea, or perhaps the governing idea, sitting there at the top. And you would also know that you mustn't put a fourth idea here because, and the software will tell you why not, we're going to ignore that, because it's just too hard on your reader. It's too many steps to go through before you get to the detail of your reasoning. And also, once you get to this next level underneath here, building your supports, there are a few things to note. Firstly, the next level will always be a grouping. Under each one of these, you'll have a series of grouped ideas. And under this section here at the end, under the therefore point, your ideas will always be actions. These two here will always be actions. These ideas here are most likely to be reasons. In fact, some people call this section at the beginning a why grouping, followed by another why grouping, and then a how grouping, combined together deductively at the key line, and all together leading you to think that this idea here, this big idea, this governing idea is absolutely true. So there are the key things that you need to know to help you to build a deductive storyline.